So, okay, the group immediately gets pretty cultish, although there aren't a great amount of details on exactly how, but he starts, it is definitely based around LaRouche, but at this point, it is a Marxist group. Like, there is no bones about it. Like, this is a left-wing socialist group who is trying to do a revolution in the U.S. Not really sure where they fall in, like, the denomination. Well, they're not actually trying to do that, but that's, not, they seem to be kind of non-denominational.
Like Universalist church or whatever.
Yes, yeah. Like they don't.
It's Marxist in name only.
Yes, yeah, and so like, it's not like they're not like a Maoist group. They're not like a which would make them a you want to start a cult, start a Maoist one.
Yeah, come on.
But it's sort of just like the LaRouchian Marxism, because they think of him as this great Marxist economist.
Yeah.
But he starts writing some pretty weird stuff about how, left proto-fascists will take to the streets, how the capitalists are literally brainwashing people, which, true, and how his followers must become Prometheans, which is very much an inkling of what's to come. What is a Promethean?
So I actually don't know if I've ever heard a proper definition of Promethean, although I've seen a lot of people use it, especially a lot of on the environmentalist tip. But it is the sort of anti-austerity, reactionary, very forward thinking, forward moving progress. Kind of like we have the capabilities, the kind of humanist progressivism that isn't utopian in a real way, but really grounded in a kind of the capabilities of society and kind of going forward towards reaching our full capacity as a human race.
What a beautiful description of LaRouche and his organization, because that is precisely that's what he's trying to do. His whole thing, I mean, as he later admits, is to try to attract to the grad students. Essentially, I mean, he makes literally he says that he makes no bones. You got to keep that in. He makes no bones about it. He is, unlike every left-wing organization that pretends otherwise, LaRouche is straight up. He's like, I want the most insane people in my organizations. I want people who love school to do a revolution. And so that's really what his whole thing is he wants this sort of intellectual vanguard by his side, but they do a lot in the real world as well, as we'll see. But at this point, he's kind of got some members that are like, this is not working out. This guy's very weird. I'm leaving. And so he needs to steal them for battle, to steal them for the war to come, for humanism has its final victory over the forces of anti-humanism, which I feel like I could have said that in a cooler way, but I didn't. So he had a two-pronged approach for breaking down these little fucking grad students. One is he was going to introduce them to the concept of identity politics, and sorry, wrong notes. One, he was going to strip them of their egos, and which
classic. That's a classic move.
And also in this context, I'm like, okay, maybe that's fine with me. Maybe we can still do that.
Yeah, okay.
And the second one was steal them for war.
Wait, which war?
Unclear. So, okay. When we probably talk more about this in episode 2, but basically, if you know the plot of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, you were saying this to me last night. I want to tell you, I do not know the plot of Assassin's Creed.
I only know it because I had to. Okay, listen, long story. It's not a long story. I actually don't know most of the story. I just know that in the Assassin's Creed universe, there's 2 ancient forces, one of which is the Templars, and I think the other one is the Assassins. Young Johnson.
Kind of like a national treasure.
Yeah, who've existed for millennia and have been secretly at war behind the scenes. They've had high-profile members of society as secret members.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they live presumably by the Assassin's Creed. Is there a printed assassin? Do we know what the actual creed of the Assassin's?
I think it's like nothing. Everything is permitted. Nothing is forbidden or something like that.
No, what? No. Young Chauncey is misquoting DeRay Mekison, or McKesson, however you pronounce it, because one time DeRay, famous BLM activist, tweeted, what is it?
I thought he tweeted about Doritos. The two boys I work with are Googling. One is Googling Assassin's Creed and the other is Googling DeRay.
Oh no, it is a quote. It is a quote from the Assassin's Creed. But DeRay tweeted out, "Nothing is true. Everything is permitted," and then hyphen the Assassin's Creed. So
Wait,
I guess that's the Assassin's
Creed.
Creed. That's an insane creed. What does that mean? Everything's
what does that
permitted.
Mean?
I don't want these guys win. Are they the good guys?
So they're saying that nothing is true, meaning like the world is a lie. Therefore, everything is permitted. I'm an assassin. This is my creed.
These people are fucking devils.
Yeah, they're assassins.
Anyways, this is actually basically LaRouche. That's actually an incredible example of what LaRouche believes in. Like, LaRouche is probably the world's most foremost proponent of the Assassin's Creed, because his whole thing is that throughout history, there was like a split between Plato and Aristotle and like followers of both. And they've been waging a hidden, but like not like a secret, like it's a secret war, but like they know they're fighting it, like conscious agents of this war between the two philosophies.
Now, I have to say that this strikes me as, you dropped the word "sued" before, and someone viewing the entire world as a war between like Platonists and Aristotelians feels like the sudest thing I've ever heard in my life.
This is the sudest thing.
That is like, no, but I really mean that. It's like, that is like, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's what LaRouche believed. And he believed because of that nothing is true and everything is permitted.